Hey guys, my name is Alex. Today I'm going to answer the question, what is an earnest money deposit? That's it. Alex McIvor here with Dunnigan Realtors in Sacramento, California. Today I'm kicking off my real estate basics video series, just explaining different basic terms that you're going to encounter in a real estate transaction. So let's get into it. What is an earnest money deposit, also known as an initial deposit? An earnest money deposit is money that the buyer is going to put into escrow within the first 3 days of getting into contract in the transaction. This is money that they are, one, using to show that they are serious buyers, and two, is going to be used as collateral and something to risk should they back out of the deal outside of their contingency periods. So it's basically making sure they have some skin in the game to assure the sellers that, hey, these are serious people that are actually trying to go through this process in earnest. Ultimately, if everything goes smoothly, both sides complete the transaction, no side backs out, that money is all going to go towards the purchase price. So what the seller walks away with isn't any different if you had a high earnest money deposit or if you had a low earnest money deposit. That's only going to be affected by the purchase price ultimately. The next question that everyone always asks is, can I lose my earnest money deposit? And yes, you can. That's kind of the point of it a little bit, is to risk that money in a sense, to show that, hey, you're really trying to go through with this transaction. That said, you're only risking your earnest money deposit if you back out of the deal outside of your accepted contingency periods. And here in California, the seller needs to prove damages. So they can't just take your whole deposit because you backed out one day out of the contingency periods. If they sold their house the next day, they can only take what they can actually prove damaged them. So that's likely not going to be the full deposit, but there's still that risk that they could. Lastly, the question we get all the time is, how much money should I put down? Obviously, that's going to vary case by case. You wouldn't expect $1 million house and $100,000 house to have the same earnest money deposit. I don't even think there are $100,000 houses here in California anymore. That said, the rule of thumb that I usually tell my clients is to do 1% of the purchase price rounded up to the nearest thousand. So if you're at $435,000 or $465,000, that earnest money deposit I would recommend is $5,000. You can certainly go higher. That's going to make you look stronger. You're risking more money potentially, but that's also then why it's going to look more attractive to a seller. But I wouldn't recommend going above $10,000 here in California, or if you do, make sure you know the risks. At $10,000, that's the threshold. So $10,000 and less is going to be handled in small claims court, which will take, 30 to 60 days, no lawyers. It's going to be relatively quick. Above that, so $10,000 and one, or anything above that, is going to be handled in superior court, which could take up to 2 years. Before that, you're going to need to go to mediation, then arbitration, have lawyers. That's all costs money, which could potentially, if you lose, be on you to put up that money. And all that while, your money's going to be tied up. So you're not going to have access to that if you need to go make a purchase on something else. I would recommend doing $10,000 or less, or if you do go above $10,000, make sure that you know the risks. So that's all I wanted to talk about today. Just a quick overview of earnest money deposits. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, please give me a like or subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And that's all I got for you today. Thanks so much.